Hello, I'm Mark Hunter with McPherson.tech, and today we're going to talk about having a video and a presentation that's linked to something online can actually basically destroy your presentation or at least cause a little bit of embarrassment. So we're going to get started. I am going to be talking about options that allow you to download materials from the internet. I'm affiliated with the 4K downloader and the NCH software suite, but there's many other options available as well. So please consider subscribing to the channels on Growing Tech and Growing Tech Skills on Facebook and YouTube, or visit the website at www.mcpherson.tech. Presentations you have on the screen should be supportive of your presentations, not something that can go through and actually damage them. One of the problems that a lot of people have is if they go through and have a video in their presentation, well, what happens if the internet's down? And you have a link up there, all of a sudden, no internet. So one of the things we want to do is try and avoid having that required access. Now, you may say that, hey, we have really great internet, it's never down. Well, even there, believe it or not, things change on the internet, and there's always ways that you can risk embarrassment. I was actually at a presentation once where a very senior official was talking about the new construction going on at their school facility. And he showed a wonderful presentation they'd made showing all types of things going on around the school. And all of a sudden, right in the middle of the presentation, of course, it stopped and showed a 30-second ad for one of their biggest competitors. So we're going to talk about how we can avoid any type of embarrassment like that. Now, if you're just showing a picture on the screen, like a web page or something, the simplest thing is just to use the print screen key and capture that image and put it into your presentation, no matter what software you're using. Now, to get the print screen, you hit the print screen, and then you paste that into your presentation. Now, there's other options available. One of the ones that's used quite a bit is in Windows. They have this snipping tool, and you can search online about how to exactly install that. But that is a great feature that lets you go through. You simply hit the Window, Shift S, and then you can select any part of the screen. There's options available on Macs as well. This lets you get a static image and put it into your presentation without having to worry about having to have the online content or links for that. But often we want to have some type of video, even if it's just a simple website like the McPherson.tech site. We may want to show things coming up and movement and how it's not just a straight flat site. So to do this, we actually need to capture either a streaming image or the video from the internet. Now, if it's just a site like a website that you want to show, one simple way is lots of different software that will let you just capture what's on your screen. One of the programs I use for this is Debut Video Capture and Screen Recording Software. This is from NCH Software Solutions. It allows you to go through and select an area of the screen, and then anything that you play on that area, like a web page or using a computer program, is actually captured and saved into a video file. This lets you go through and put that into your presentation. During the presentation, you don't even have to run that software. Now, even if you're going to be going through and doing a software demonstration online or on your computer, I always like to go through and record a session and put that into a presentation slide. So just in case if there's some problem, if I get to a computer that doesn't have that, I can't use my computer, I have to use a different one, I actually have some way of showing it even if the software is available and I can do a complete demonstration. It's always good to have that backup. Now, sometimes you actually want to go through, instead of capturing some software like on your computer or some software you're using on the internet, sometimes you want to actually capture a YouTube video. This is actually more common. Now, using YouTube videos are great, but part of YouTube are the ads. And the most embarrassing thing is to have an ad come up in the middle of a church presentation or a presentation to a group. Now, the ads in YouTube are very necessary, but even if you go through and pay for the subscription service, which removes the ads, you may not have that subscription service available at a site like a church when you go into it to do a presentation. So what I'd like to do is actually capture those videos and put the captured video in my presentation. One of the software products I use for this is called the 4K downloader. You can actually use it for free, but I actually subscribe because I download a lot of videos. Now, these videos are just for you to download and use in your presentation a single time. This actually lets you download it, put it into your PowerPoint, and then use it from there. Now there's no problem having links in the PowerPoints, but like I said, again, this is a way to go through and make sure that you have a copy available, because you may get to a site where either the video is not available because the internet's not available, or there's buffering issues because, let's face it, not all churches and facilities you do presentations in have a great internet system. Now, some things to think about when you're downloading and using videos or music in your presentations is that most churches actually have a church video license. It's your CCLI license. Now, this is either a family or total package, so exactly what you can do with it depends on your licensing. So take a look at that and learn how you are allowed to use those videos. Now, most of the times, if you're just using a very short snippet of a video or part of a video, then the fair use policy lets you use that in your presentation. But you should always give the source and credit of any videos or even images that you use in your presentation. Now, with a CCLI license, you can actually stream music that you play in your services at no problem. But you are not allowed to use the original artist's work, such as just a recording off YouTube or even an artist's site, without having their specific permission. Also, some churches go through and they find a video clip and they use that every week in their sermon. It's almost like their theme that they show. Anytime you're going to be using repeated use of a content, not just for a single presentation, then you need to go through and make sure that you get permission to do that as well. Now, if it's a video that you're going to be going through and using over and over, also check out wingclips.com or clipshout.com, because that can actually go through and give you access to videos that you can download as well. Now, once you get those videos downloaded, you can actually put them straight into your presentation, whether it's a PowerPoint, Pro Presenter, or any other presentation software that you have. You want to go through and put it on a slide, and a lot of times I go through and actually just take a picture of the actual video, put that on one slide, and then have a second slide that has the video set to autoplay. So as soon as you just go to the next slide, it starts that video. That way you can actually put up a little picture at the very start of the presentation on one slide, talk it about a little bit, maybe do an introduction, and then when you just hit click, it will automatically go through and show that video on the next slide. Different presentation software has little quirks, but just make sure that you have it so you don't actually have to click on the video to start it. All of this lets you go through and have a presentation that you can take anywhere that doesn't have internet, and you don't have to worry about any surprises popping up on the screen. Or I've even had a presentation that was done a long time ago that the presenter came in, and when he brought it up, the video had actually been edited and changed, so it wasn't at all what he was expecting. He actually set it to do a certain time part, and the time's completely changed on him. So anytime you're going through and doing this, make sure that you have it so that you are totally sure what will be happening in your presentation. Like I said, the video should be support, not embarrassment during your presentation. Thank you. We'll see you later. And if this helps, please go through and subscribe to our Facebook or YouTube, and visit our website, mcpherson.tech.